Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can get good at stillness. Real quick, before we get into the video, I just want you guys to know I'm a blunt type of speaker. Therefore, if I say anything that might offend you or sound triggering, please let me know because that's the last thing I want to do. Being still is a very difficult skill to acquire because it requires not only your mental, but it also requires your physical to be on par with each other. I know how it feels when you're panicking and then someone goes along and just says, just relax and be still. And if anything, for the most part, it makes the situation worse when they say that. I know how it feels when you're going through some shit and then you start thinking to yourself, man, I'd rather be fucking dead right now. But what if I shifted your perspective? Which leads me to my first point. What if I told you that you're already dead? Think about it. Death is certain. No matter how much we love it, no matter how much we fear it, no matter how much we do anything about it, it will have its way with us. And the reason I relate death to stillness is because, well, when we're dead, our physical bodies are completely still. We're not biting our nails. We're not playing with our hair. We're not trembling from our nervousness. We are genuinely in a calm physical state where we're not moving. Therefore, if we're already dead, why not act like it? And I don't mean giving up on life. But what I mean is, what if we start embodying the stillness that death gives us while we still have a choice? Because once you start implementing that stillness within yourself, you deadass start moving different, bro. You become someone who's not fazed by their surroundings. You speak less, yet each word starts to hold more weight. Every thought that tries to stop you, it just becomes meaningless. And most importantly, you stop going out of your way to fulfill the silence. You stop fulfilling the void. Not because you don't care, but because you become one with it. And if we're being honest, whether or not you decide to add on to the chaos that this world already exhibits, it's still going to be spinning at the same speed. So in that case, the best thing for you to do is refuse to be rattled by the inevitable. Point number 2. Mastering stillness doesn't mean you literally become still. You're not in your coffin yet. You're still here for now. Therefore, mastering stillness means knowing when to move and when to wait. It signifies the patience to let life unfold and be chaotic around you without letting it dictate your rhythm. When you master the art of being still, you start viewing shit from a different perspective. You start noticing things that weren't there before because you were rushing past it. You start noticing how people's eyes shift back and forth when they're hiding something. You start hearing the heaviness of someone's voice right before they break down on you. Or in other words, your intuition simply skyrockets to the fucking roof. And that's because stillness, it enhances your perception like a bitch. Since you're no longer trying to rush everything, every single moment starts to become clear. You start noticing details that weren't there before. And what's ironic about this perspective where I'm comparing death to stillness is because in order to be still, sure, you might have to play dead for a little bit, but once you do, you actually start feeling more alive than ever. And that's because you're becoming less reactive and you're becoming more proactive. And what I mean by that is you don't let life's events dictate your actions. Instead, you remain calm, you observe what's going on, and then you react appropriately to the situation. Every gesture, every word, every decision you make, it becomes deliberate. And that's because now you're reacting out of precision, not panic. Point number 3. Stillness is not a cage. It is a throne that you can rule yourself from. In a world that's dominated by speed, noise, and constant motion, the one who remains still becomes untouchable. You quite literally become the immovable object in this crazy world. You stop chasing what doesn't matter, you stop fearing what you can't control, and most importantly, you stop viewing life as a series of unfortunate events. Instead, you start viewing life as a river that will never stop flowing. The main difference, though, this time, you won't be swept away by it. And let me clarify something because being still can easily be misinterpreted. Being still doesn't mean you're being passive. It's an active state of awareness that you constantly possess naturally once you get good at it. Your senses are actually sensing, your mind becomes clear, and you quite literally start standing on business by the power of your spirit. You don't get caught in the storm, you become the eye of it. You're untouched, yet you're aware of everything going on around you. You can engage, withdraw, and walk away from whatever, whenever. And with that, I encourage you to master stillness. Learn to die before you actually die. Start pursuing life as if you have nothing to lose. Because at the end of the day, you really don't. I'm not taking none of these things with me. The only thing I'm taking is this, and that's all I need. When the world constantly tries to shake you, once you start getting good at being still, you'll remain unfazed, just doing your own thing. And that will confuse the fuck out of people. But the more confusing it gets, the more it works. So now, the $1 million question, how the fuck do I master stillness? I've been using this method for about 3 months. It's very easy, it's very simple, yet the results are tremendous. And it's simply incorporating daily habits into your routine that weren't there before, all the way from the moment you wake up to when you go back to sleep for the night. And you don't have to do all of them. I don't do all of them, but I'm gonna share some of the ones that I've done before. You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. Number 1, as soon as you wake up in the morning, allow yourself to just sit still in your bed without moving for about 1 to 2 minutes, or however long you want. Allow yourself to feel your body sensation as it is waking up. This allows you to get in tune with your senses. Number 2, throughout the day, however many times you want, intentionally take one very deep breath as if it was your last. Breathing is one of the most important things that keeps us alive, yet we tend to forget about it a lot the more and more we get busy. It's good to return to your roots every now and then. Number 3, choose any task out of your day that you usually do, but this time, do it at a very slow pace. Take your absolute sweet time with it. Be intentional. Go to the point where you get impatient. But once you start getting impatient, don't rush it, but slowly start to pick up the tempo. This process will allow you to become more patient with what you do, and you'll slowly start to realize that you're in a race with nobody but yourself. Number 4, intentionally take time to notice something that you walk past every day, whether it's in your house, wherever you go on a walk, at the gym, at work, whatever the fuck you want. Start examining the details. I guarantee you that you will notice something that you've never seen before because you were so busy on other shit. Number 5, whenever you start to feel yourself tense up, whether it be your shoulders or your hands, just loosen them completely. Remember that you're untouchable. Nothing in this world can faze you. Number 6, when you blink, 3 times out of the day, slowly blink once. And when you open your eyes, imagine you're waking up in a new place. Sure, you might be alive, but are you really living? Number 7, before doing a new task, pause for 3 seconds before pursuing it. This will give you more clarity over what you're doing and you won't feel so rushed. Number 8, whenever a demeaning thought comes around the corner, stop and ask yourself, would this matter if I were dead? And if the answer is no, in which case it should be, then good job. You just stopped that thought from having a chance to take over. And here's a bonus tip. If you want to take it a step further, stop, but this time confront the thought, journal about it, so that the next time it comes around, you'll already be prepared for it. Number 9, seek intentional quiet time. It can be however long you want, but allow yourself to purposefully listen to the silence around you. Back then, our ancient ancestors from thousands and thousands of years ago didn't have music or fans in the background. The only thing they had was the sound of nature and other people talking. There's a reason I don't use background music in my YouTube videos. This will enhance your mental clarity and it will allow you to truly connect with yourself. Number 10, whenever you're conversating with someone, practice your stillness in that conversation. Talk slower and say less words. Pause before you continue your sentence or before you respond. And once you get more comfortable, start doing this in every conversation. Because once you master it, you will have dominance over every conversation you encounter. And number 11, just like number 1, before you go to sleep, allow yourself to sink in your bed for about 1 to 2 minutes intentionally, or however long you want. Just like the morning, allow yourself to feel your body sensation as you relax. Whether you implement one of these practices or all of them, choose whatever you want and stay consistent with it. And within the next few weeks, you will see changes. But it's up to you on how bad you really want it. If you have any questions, if you would like me to clarify anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to do so. Other than that, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you soon.